It was frigid. It was cold, but that sun came out and it feels a whole bunch better. It's amazing. It's at least, it went up at least 5 degrees here, that or my body warmed up, but it was a lot more cold here. But we're downhill and there's a wall blocking. It's just amazing, the difference. I remember watching this video, it was 30 below, and this guy was warming up rocks and put it right on the base. Put the rocks right on the base of his floorboard of his metal truck, his old school Suburban or whatever. And it went up to 30 degrees. And I always remember thinking, like, it's amazing when you're used to 30 below, what 30 degrees, how nice it will feel. But us, we feel 30 degrees, it's a noticeable chilliness, but we have no idea what it feels like unless we've been through it, what 30 below is. I've never felt below 10 degrees. Yeah, I've never felt that. I'm kind of, I think that maybe like 10 degrees or minus 10 degrees feels the same, but I might be wrong. This is 10 degrees. I was so chubby that I didn't really start feeling anything until it got down to 28. Now I feel cold at like 55. I feel chilly. Not really. Not 55. Like 40, 42. 42. Because of my weight loss. And it affected the chemicals. Getting the stomach surgery. But anyways, it's just a nice morning. It's real beautiful. It's nice to have some faculties that allow me to do this. I'm really like so thankful being able to have my legs, having my senses. I broke my leg in 3 spots one time, and it made me forever thankful about being able to walk, because I had a break on each side and a severed tendon, and I would try to walk or I'd try to sleep in my bed for the first 2 weeks, because they're not going to do any surgery until you have the swelling go down. So there's a period you got to wait. And I would, because the psychological trauma of the break and what was going on with my leg, it wasn't that painful until I twitched in my sleep. And for the first couple months, I did a lot of twitching. There was some trauma. And my body, I did some twitching, and I would pop it out of place one side. And then I'd jerk the other way, and it would pop the other way. The brakes would pop in and out of after they're set. Because, it was so intense, but it was funny. I'll never, ever forget the vulnerability and not being able to walk. From the first, after the first 10 days, I was out in my wheelchair. I would take my wheelchair, I'd hop on one leg, no crutches. I would use my wheelchair as a brace, I'd hop on one leg and put my wheelchair in the truck. And I only fell one time. I was real careful. But I would go walking. I would go hiking where I could. I got good with that wheelchair, boy, let me tell you. I got good. I was not about to stay at home. And I figured if there was a way to do it. I even got videos up of me mowing my lawn in the wheelchair, and I was very glad to have a low pain threshold and just be driven to get out there, But anyways, still, I'm so thankful and humbled every single day. Not every day, but I remember, and I am thankful for a certain percentage of the month. I remember, we're so blessed. We're so blessed to have our faculties, God, I remember I had a hiatal hernia. It was 11 centimeters. Oh shit, buddy, are you okay? Damn. And my oxygen was getting down to 90 because my stomach was sitting on my left atrium, and it was affecting my heart. But not only that, I had scar tissue on my lungs because of the long-term effect of the hiatal hernia. Now my oxygen's up to 98, and at night it used to be 89, and even dropped down to 50 because of my sleep apnea, but now it's averaging 96, 97. I even had a 98 the other day, which to anyone who's suffered from hypoxia in their life is such an amazing thing not to deal with it. God, it sucks. It feels like there's a clog. It feels like there's a block, and it affects you. And so I'm so thankful to have that hiatal hernia off me, and I can only imagine what it's like to deal with that every single day on a consistent basis where you're not going to be able to beat it, you know. That's something to be thankful for, you know. I was watching this guy, he was orchestrating music. He was only like, he had neuropathy in all his body, you know. He was paralyzed from the neck down, but he had he was born different in a way that he really couldn't use his arms and his legs. And jeez, he would lay there all day. Someone else had to change him, feed him, do his breathing stuff, you know, just tubes and anything you can imagine involving his staying alive. And he would orchestrate music with his chin, and he would just jam out. It just took him to a different place. And that scares me to think of the bravery required to overcome that mentally. And it's like an intense thing to think about, and it quiets me, quells my courage for a second. But life is scary. It could go anyway. And we should be thankful, 100%. All right, chill's starting to pick up a little bit, but it's starting to feel real nice. We're gonna try to get, you know, we might go. We'll see how we are at 4. But, you know, my goal is to get 10. But my truck it's having some issues. So I want to go on like 2 more hikes because it gets monotonous on the same one. Plus I like the dogs to be able to sit down for a second, have some water, relax, get a little snooze while I scroll on Instagram, because I love it. And then we go and complete another 2-mile walk, and by the end of the day have at least 7 miles. I think that's a lot of fun, you know. Just feeling more and more capable. I've lost 120 pounds, you know. I haven't made more videos about my medical journey, but I'm going to. I if I wasn't such a bitch and I had some discipline, I would go ahead and write my autobiography, because that's my passion. I'm a writer. It's my gift. I've honed it, you know. I've done 15 years in prison, and I ended up falling in love with it. But I was in love with it, and I was good for it, and I had a knack for it long before that. I wrote my first story. I was 7 years old, and I didn't write it out, but I had ideas, and my creativity was always there. But I need to talk more about my medical journey, because my whole purpose was to make a YouTube channel and tell people, give them a little hope with heart issues, and specifically HFpEF, with preserved ejection fraction, liver issues, gallbladder issues, hiatal hernia issues, that I've overcome everything. I have a propensity for hypoxia, and my mom died of lung issues. My dad developed lung issues, I have asthma, but it's never been something that's taken over. If I take my Advair, But anyways, I want to get to that. I have a rambling nature that might bore people. I mean, let's face it. People want to hear something that's quick because they have their lives to get to. But if you're a person who likes maybe somebody rambling, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to go ahead and cover a lot of things, and it's going to be some fun stuff, some cooking, some camping. I work on the road, so we're going to go to 7 months out of the year. We're going to go to some amazing spots, some repeat spots, and I'm going to have some videos with some Chinooks, and maybe even watching them we do creek restoration for the salmon. I'm security, so I get to be around them, and I get to say I'm part of it. But it's amazing. It's very cool. Anyways, I love you. There's a lot more videos to come. We have 100 or so far, but I'm just playing around with it. My whole purpose was to get people hope. And I would search countless hours every night researching it, about my heart issues when I first started battling it 5 years ago. And I found out, as you get more intimate with what it is, what are you looking for? You're looking for something, for someone to say that your specific case, you're going to be fine. And you continue to look. Even in the back of your head, you're like, there's no way I can feel like this and be okay. I can be fine. And you look for that. For something. First, I thought something was chasing me. First, it was my little pudgy girl. But anyways, you look for that. You look for something to say. You're okay. You're going to be fine. And then you try to reach with your certain, okay, I have good this, I have good that. Put that into the factor of me surviving. And because my doctor told me 4 years ago that I had 3 years to live. And she said it right in front of my sister too. He said it, and she was like, "What?" I said, "I told you, something's going on, and but he didn't say. There's a whole lot left to say, and I think a long time they say that to scare you, and it works. But yeah, I could talk for hours. I got a lot to say. But anyways, I have to learn to come back to my point, and that'll come with practice. And so I've only been 43 years. Got some time yet. Love to love you. That's Lily, and Buddy. Lily has a coat too, but she'll continually roll in it to get it off.